Hello everyone and welcome to another Computer Software is Your Friend tutorial. Today I will show you how to get classic games back onto your Windows 8 computer. Now in previous versions of Windows like XP and Vista and 7, you had Solitaire and Spider Solitaire and Free Cell and Pinball game and chess depending which version you were on. But in Windows 8, if you explore, you'll find out that there isn't. Well, this is because you're going to have to go and get them. So to get them, you're going to go to the game store. So you go to the Games app. And here you will be able to monitor all of your games on the Xbox and on the PC. And essentially, from here, you would then choose a game like the Solitaire collection, which includes a whole bunch of different Solitaire games, including Spider Solitaire and the Classic, and I think even Free Cell's included in there. And of course, they're going to give you a description, and you have two options, play or explore game. I'm going to press play, and essentially what it's going to do is it's going to send you to a Windows store. Now the reason why this play function isn't working is because I have already installed these games. So essentially it won't send me to the store again, but very simply it will give me a message here saying that there was that it didn't recognize the installation type and it would send me to the store. Now, alternatively, if you want to explore the game before downloading it or buying it, there will be paid apps. You can basically click on Explore, and you're going to get an overview of the game and your achievements. Now, if we come back here, you can take any other game, for example, Battleship here in the Xbox. You can just look at that as an example. It will load a picture of the box art. It will ask you to buy the game, explore the game, or play on the Xbox 360. If you explore the game, it will give you box art. It will give you some information here, and it will show you whatever achievements are related to it, related games that you can explore, and essentially the extras. So that's pretty much all there is to the Games app. It's a place to explore games. You can take a look at this other game, Wordament, and of course you would click play and it would pop up and allow you to install it. Alternatively, if you want to find a game, you can actually search the start menu, and of course we know that to do that we just start typing right away. So if we're looking for Minesweeper, you can see that it's already installed because I installed it prior, because it does take a while to install these games. So essentially you would go through Minesweeper and you would search for the store in here. And essentially through the store you would be able to find it, and then you would be able to access it, and there would be an install button right here. But since I already own the app and have it installed, I can't just click install. I've shown you in a previous video how to install an app. It's very easy. It's actually click install and it will do everything on its own. So this is Minesweeper. Another thing that you can look for, if you go to the Windows Store, you can look for Solitaire. It's a very simple task. You go to the charms bar by going into one of these right hand corners. You go to the search charm and you go to Solitaire, and it's going to give you some recommendations, but all of us know that Microsoft would not name their Solitaire app Simple Solitaire. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit enter, and as you can see, there are a whole bunch of different options here, and essentially Simple Solitaire was the first one here, but you also have the Microsoft Solitaire collection over here, and Mahjong, and the other games that come with it. So once you're done installing the games, you'll probably want to know what they look like. I have them over here. Some of these games will install with their full size. You can of course clean up your view by shrinking these icons to make it look better. And now essentially, if you wanted to look at Solitaire, this is the Solitaire app, and essentially it gives you a completely new way of looking at Solitaire. And as you can see, you have Klondike, which I've never heard of. You have Spider Solitaire, Free Cell. You have daily challenges, which happen to do with Solitaire. You have Tri-Peaks, and you have Pyramid. You can change the themes and create themes. So let's say, and then of course you've got the awards, the leadership boards, which is basically where you get to rank yourself amongst your friends in these games. Some statistics about these games. I haven't played any of them yet. I'll play a little bit with you. I won't play a full game. And you have some tutorials on how to play the games. So I'll take this one because I have no idea what it is. Essentially, the goal of the game is to create a stack of cards from low to high. Alright, so it's kind of like Solitaire. It's just that you can move in different orientations or something. But you see, this is how they give you the instructions. As you can see, it's just like with any Metro kind of reader app. So let's just play a classic game of Solitaire, which is right here. So we're going to click Classic, or not. I guess Klondike must be their classic. We'll see in a second here. We'll click on Klondike, and as you can see, it's loading, and it gives you a small tutorial. So now essentially this is how the board looks. If you right click, you can change the game up here, and you can get some tutorial hints and new deals down here. Otherwise, there is an undo button which shows up by default on here, and a back button to go back to the app. Now, essentially double click on the ace and it goes up there, and I've unlocked an achievement. It shows me right here. Now, you cannot put the same color. So yeah, this is classic Solitaire, and essentially you would then continue by going through the cards here and waiting for something useful to show up. I completely missed that. Alright, so you would continue going through the cards. You can see they have new animations for all of these tasks, which is very sleek. It is very nice. This is a very clean app. Will I be playing it much? I don't know. Maybe I'll be too busy with other games. But essentially, this is how the experience is with the Solitaire app in Windows 8. Okay, so that's enough of this. So we go back and we can go to another game, and as you can see, we've unlocked an achievement which is going to show up over here. So this is it with Solitaire. As you can see, you've also got your Windows Live, your Xbox Live profile up here, which means that it recognizes that you're playing this game. The next thing is pinball effects. The last time any of us saw this kind of game was in Windows XP. If I recall right, they gutted it in Windows Vista and it didn't return in Windows 7, but now it returns in Windows 8 as a full screen Metro app. And of course they've got the animations really going for this. So it'll ask you to sign in. You'll sign in. I'm surprised it hasn't done this automatically. Yes, I give it permission. So now we're in Pinball Effects, and they give you a whole bunch of options here. You have a start table, you have achievements, you have leadership boards. There is no right-click menu at the moment, probably because it's been set on default to stay here. And they give you a collection, which is different kind of game configurations, I would believe. So let's, well, the animations are quite nice. You have scores, you have Pinball King. This is basically when you have a whole bunch of friends competing with each other. There is a there's a challenge table. There's Pinball Wizard, which so far doesn't seem to give anything. There's Super Score. We'll probably see more of this kind of stuff when we play it. So let's just take Mars, see what that does. And that doesn't do anything. Alright, so I guess what we'll do is we will click on tournaments. Interesting. So this game is actually a live game. So if we click on Mars and we click Start Table, it will bring us to this pinball game. Let's just turn up the volume a little bit. In case you're wondering, I have a Microsoft keyboard that has the volume control. So it gives you an animation before you start. Click anywhere and it skips it. And now essentially, it's now just a matter of figuring out how to launch it. Use the space bar. Yeah, the controls, I really don't remember the controls. Let me see, what does the shift do? Oh, I see. What does the Alt button do? Yeah, essentially you can figure out the game. And of course, once you're done, you can pause. You can get statistics or restart. Table guide. This will probably help you out here. So this is Pinball Effects. Very different from the last time I saw it. And of course, you can quit the game by, of course, dragging and dropping it below. Next up comes Minesweeper, which is a classic. Minesweeper is, as I said earlier, the game where you gotta dodge mines. I'll probably get blown up very soon, but they give you different different configurations and they allow you to create your own. They have a mission coming soon. They have a daily challenge. You can monitor, you can change the themes. And of course you can view your achievements, your leadership board, your stats, and you get a series of tutorials here. So let's just take easy and hope I don't fail at it. Essentially, now that it's done animating, you basically have to avoid the mines in the quickest time possible, and if you trigger a mine, you lose. So it'll give you a small tutorial to start, and the numbers tell you how many mines touch that square, and basically you can use this information to avoid squares. And if you are suspicious, you can put a flag. So 1 means that there's 1 mine touching it, and so we right click to set a flag, and the counter bar is going to tell me how many mines are still hidden, and the timer is going to keep track of how many seconds I've been playing. So this is their tutorial. So essentially I've just blown myself up, and I've unlocked an achievement, but at least you got to see that animation. It only took 13 seconds. And ultimately from here you can do a whole bunch of stuff. You can go home, which takes you back to Minesweeper. That's enough of Minesweeper. Alright, so next comes Mahjong. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I apologize. I have no idea how to pronounce that word. I don't mean to mispronounce anything, at least not intentionally. So this game too is going to require me to sign in. So we're going to allow it access, of course. I don't understand why a Microsoft game would go through all this hassle. Alright, so essentially same layout as all of the other games made by Microsoft. Really strikingly similar layout. And here you can change the themes, and of course you can choose a puzzle. Now if you choose a puzzle, you have a whole bunch of puzzles here. Some are locked, so in other words you need to win some to get some. So if you choose the turtle, which is supposed to be easy, you get a tutorial. I'll take the tutorial just to show you. Essentially, if you click on this one and you click on this one, they both disappear. Clicking here, they both disappear. Both disappear. And of course, this is really nice when you are just starting a game. And I mean, on the touch screen, this game is probably going to be very fun. So now you know how to play this game. Of course, they purposely made me do a mistake just to end the game. And so we've pretty much done everything we need to do. So we can go back. And we can choose a puzzle, the turtle. And we can skip the tutorial. And there are a whole bunch of available matches. If you right click, you get a pause button, you get a hint, and you get new game. If you take the hint, it will show you right off the bat, just like this. And if you take another hint, you can do this. If you look around, you can't choose one that's already been covered. So you really have to be vigilant with this kind of game. I won't bore you by playing it in front of you, but I just found one on my own, and that's encouraging for me. Alright, so that's pretty much it. But essentially you can play this game and you can have fun with it on a touch screen. It's essentially, you would just touch the tiles and you would get there to the end from there. And of course, when you move, if you change your tile, it will pause the game, but I'm deciding to quit it. And then last but not least is this game which I've never seen before. It's called Wordament. I have no idea what it is. And essentially, it's a word finding tournament where you are basically looking for words. So they tell you to swipe next. Make words by swiping adjacent tiles in any direction. Alright, so ace, 1, cans. Alright, I didn't know you could do that. Notch. Oh wow, this game is very flexible. So sign into Xbox Live, and you can see that the interface of this game is very different from the others. Welcome back. Alright, so swipe play to go. Obviously this game is meant for a touch screen, and of course if you right click there is nothing, but if we swipe, unfortunately I can't, let's see something. Menu. Oh, okay, I found it. Okay, I recognize this game. We used to play this in school. So essentially you're going to get a whole bunch of I can't choose we. Yeah, I'm probably gonna run out of time, but essentially this is how the game looks like, and of course it's a non-stop tournament. I didn't know that counted, but essentially you can, what you have to do is you have to keep swiping. Fortunately there's no D here, but I mean essentially this is the game. You can see what it is. I'll let the time run out so that we can see what it's going to do. And it will give you music when you run out of time. Alright, so now it's going to give you a whole bunch of common, some stats. And holy cow. Yeah, you see, I wasn't really paying attention because I could have done the woman. Oh, I could have also had men. So, yeah, so I haven't recognized this game. And of course they compare you with the rest of the world. Nice. Could be worse. But yeah, so this is how the game looks like. And of course, you can see the leadership boards at any time. Currently, it's an American that's owning everything. You have a me. You have top players. Top players up. This one is not from the United States. So, as you can see, this is a very interesting game. Reminds you of something you played back in high school. And that's pretty much it in terms of games. Oh, they will give you some kind of notification to let you know that you've left a game unattended, and if you click on it, I don't know, let's see if it takes you back to that game that you started. Yeah, it will actually. Recently played. Click recently played. And as you can see, you can start off from where you left off. And if you, well, we'll just let that be. So without further ado, now you know how to get games onto your Windows 8 computer, and as you can see, there were no other games at all. The only games that are in here are the ones I recently installed. And so, let me know what you think. What do you think of the new games in Windows 8? Do you miss the ones back in Windows 7 and Windows XP? Let me know. Do you plan on playing these games? Do you care? I mean, maybe you just don't care because you've got better games. All of the games that worked on your previous computers should work in Windows 8. So since we're talking about gaming, so yeah, do let me know in the comment section below if you like the video. Do subscribe. There will be more. You can always suggest stuff for me to look at. If you're curious about a feature of Windows 8 and I haven't already covered it, let me know. Let me know. If there's something you want to see, let me know. Of course, you can get through to me through social media. Those links are in the description. And I hope to see you follow our social media. It's encouraging because, you know, I make these tutorials in hopes to help people out there, so I hope that the people who like this stuff follow and show me their support. Alright, so until next time, this has been another Computer Software is Your Friend tutorial.